Hey everybody, this is Oliver Starr. People frequently ask us what we feed Bixby and Aqutaq, and while we feed them different diets. Tonight we're making about 45 days worth of food for Aqutaq, and I thought that since we were going to do this, I would share our recipe and how we make the food and how we package and store the food. So let me walk you through the ingredients, and then we'll proceed through making the food. So her diet right now is primarily based on beef. We have two kinds of beef that we use. This is a grind of organ and bone sometimes, and also some lean tissue. This is ground beef that's 75-25 fat, and both of these come from a local sustainable producer that only pasture raises the beef. We source wild-caught Alaskan salmon, and we're putting everything in here. We're just using a high-power food processor and grinding the entire fish, skin, bones, the whole thing. By the way, we freeze all of our salmon first for several weeks to make sure that no parasites are in the flesh, because salmon can sometimes have parasites. We use for carbs a mix of white potato and yam. It's 75-25 yam to white potato. These are all organic. We just boil those down and mash them. We use a mix of veggies, and this is a puree of dark green leafy vegetables like mustard, kale, collard greens, spinach, chard, and the food processors run with a bit of raw sheep or cow or goat milk to acidify and help puree it. And then we balance the macronutrient content with a product made locally here that's bone meal plus some other nutrients. And what this does is it adds additional calcium so that when you're feeding a raw diet like this, that you don't end up with an imbalance of phosphorus to calcium. So these are the ingredients. The amounts are 25 pounds of the organ mix, 25 pounds of the ground beef, 20 pounds of the salmon, 15 pounds of the potatoes, 8 pounds of the vegetables, and 60 tablespoons of this powder, which is 2 full bottles. Okay, so now we have mixed the two kinds of beef plus the potato into a consistency that's like this. It's pretty homogeneous. And in a separate container, we've mixed the salmon and the vegetables and also the macronutrient powder. It's right there. And then we're just going to combine those and mix it well. It's a bit of a workout. It's about like 75-80 pounds of total material here. We're using a big plastic container to do it. Might be easier with a big mixer, which maybe we'll invest in eventually, but for now it's hand powered. So now we've started to add the salmon and the vegetable mix, and I'm probably going to be hand mixing this until it's fully homogeneous, which is going to take me, I don't know, probably another 10 minutes of basically pawing in the mixture here. And then we'll show you how we scale it and pack it. Alright, so now we finished mixing all this stuff together. It kind of looks like this. It's sort of a pre-meatloaf looking paste when it's well homogenized. And so what we're going to do now is we portion control it by figuring out what a certain volume weighs. We're feeding Aku about 2 1/3 pounds. And so what we're going to do is just scoop it out into that thing, and then we dump it into these plastic bags, which we've already opened up and pre-rolled. And then we'll show you how we roll these up, close them, and pack them in another scene. So now we've got all the food made and we've bagged it up. You can see it's all in these plastic bags with the tops open. And what we do next is we take the bags and we basically level out the material in the bag so it's kind of like a burrito. We put the bag like this and then we roll it just like a burrito. Fold the top of the bag over a little bit so that it doesn't leak. Pull it like this, and then I've already pre-measured tape and I just tape it shut. And so then they're like this, and what we do then is we just take them, we lay them out in a box, like this, and we store them in the freezer. And then to feed them, all we do is we just take one out every day. We microwave it for about 2 to 3 minutes just to make it the consistency of very hard ice cream. And then I actually hand feed Aku everything like that. So that's how we make food for her. If you guys have questions, you can give them to me in the comments.